Hi, Gators. It's Miss McConnell. I'm here to read you a story, and today's book is Mr. Duck Means Business, and it is by Tammi Sauer. Mr. Duck means business. Mr. Duck lived by himself at the pond. Each day he followed a tight schedule. From 6 in the morning until 7, he would stretch his wings. From 7 until 8, he would fluff his feathers. At precisely 8:01, he would glide across the perfectly still water. Ah, said Mr. Duck, it's so peaceful, so quiet. I have everything I need. Day after day, week after week, and year after year, everything was the same, and Mr. Duck was very happy. Then one especially hot summer day, Mr. Duck had just begun his morning gliding when he saw Pig. Look out below! Oink, oink! Splash! Mr. Duck sputtered. He muttered. He tail a-fluttered. But Pig did not get the message. Mr. Duck was all set to give Pig a strongly worded speech regarding private property when, well, there you are, said Cow. Let's see your moves, called Pig. Jump in. You don't mind, do you, Mr. Duck? Said Cow as she plowed past. Moo, moo, splash. Mr. Duck grumbled. He mumbled. He flip, flop, fumbled. But Pig and Cow did not get the message. Mr. Duck was all set to tell them what, when, hey, said Goat, we've been looking all over for you. Anyone up for a game of Marco Polo, called Pig. Last one in is a rotten egg, cheeped a chick. Come on, Mr. Duck, said Cow, you're it. And the water got wild. The scenery got crowded. And the peace and quiet, it was gone. Mr. Duck tapped. He flapped. He totally snapped. Quack! And somebody got the message. Perhaps we've overstayed our welcome, said Chick. Oh, said the other animals. Out, out, out of my pond, cried Mr. Duck. This time I mean business. So sorry. My apologies. Goodbye for good, said Mr. Duck. Sorry to have bothered you, said Chick. Thanks for letting us swim in your pond. Alone at last, Mr. Duck returned to his routine. He stretched his wings. There was no splashy belly flopping. He fluffed his feathers. There was no annoying water ballet. He glided across the perfectly still water. There was certainly no rowdy round of Marco Polo. Ah, said Mr. Duck, it's so peaceful, so quiet, and that's just the way I like it. On Monday, quiet. On Tuesday, very quiet. On Wednesday, peaceful. On Thursday, very peaceful. On Friday, yawn. On Saturday, Mr. Duck twiddled his feathers peacefully and quietly, of course. And on Sunday, Mr. Duck had a plan. These days, Mr. Duck still loves to stretch at 6. He still loves to fluff his feathers at 7. And he still loves to glide across the perfectly still water at precisely 8:01. but sometimes life calls for a little noise. Noise welcome from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., especially with friends. The end. I hope you have a great night, Gators.